Before we wrap up this chapter, I want to point out one more thing here. So, what you've witnessed so far has been progressive enhancement. Everything is happening on the server. We're sending zero.js clients. The data that gets processed back and forth is done on the server. And this is fantastic. However, you might want to run into a case where you want to disable this button when you hit submit, right? You don't want it to be clickable again. So this is where you need like a client-side component. So, like you do in normal React, you just like have a state or something and apply it. But we learned that we cannot do that in a client-side component, in a server-side component here. So what we can do is isolate. So in this case, we'll just identify which part of this website or app needs that interactivity. In our case, the only bit that needs the interactivity is the button, right? We need to disable it. So what you can do is take this button, extract it separately. I'll just add it now into a new components here. Set up a folder structure, call it components. There we go. And here we'll make a new file and call this, let's say post button.tsx. Export. And now here at the top, we can mark this with use client. Okay, and when you mark the component with use client, you can use state, you can use anything that React offers you pretty much. So let's do the export default function. Now be careful, you cannot mark this with async and you cannot fetch data the way you do here like this. All right, so that's a no-go. You need to resort to use effect. So let's create this post button. And that's it. That's all it returns. And it's going to return the same button just like that. However, what we can do here is import something called a use form status from React DOM. Okay? And now we can pass it down here like that. Oops, sorry, not like that. We need to extract the pending status from it. Like that. So now you can just pass this down like that, hit save, and import it back in our page. Okay, so it's gonna know here that this is a part of this form. So we can just plug it in there and hit save. Looks like we're getting an error. Let's do refresh and done. Let's type something in. And look at that, our button gets disabled when the code gets put in. Okay, so there we go. Where you need the interactivity, you isolate that component and separate it into a client. Okay, let's clean up our whole structure now that we are getting a bit more and more comfortable with this so we can get ready actually creating our project. So we'll clean everything out here and we'll just leave main. Okay, and just say homepage. And hit save. Okay, here we'll keep the components folder, but we'll delete the file. Everything else is fine here. Yeah, we can clear out everything in the home page. There we go, and there we go. So really clean. Our actions as well, you can clear out both of these files. And of course, our schema is gonna get reset as well. So let's just remove everything from there. So there we go. We are ready to rock and roll. Let's head into chapter 3.